there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. On today's video, we are doing day 4 of our 12 days of coloring Christmas. Today we're going to be focusing on Santa, and I have picked a beautiful page from Enchanted Christmas by Teresa Goodrich. This is my favorite book that she has, the favorite Christmas book that she has out, and I picked this page. I think it's so beautiful, and I'm going to do something a little different. Instead of traditional reds and greens, we're going to do some pinks. I know I've done pinks on other pages recently, but I really wanted to do a pink Santa because I found this beautiful image, which I will put on screen here, and that was so inspiring. And so I was just like, yep, it's pink Santa. So I have some markers. I have some water-based and alcohol markers that I'm going to be using today. I'm going to go ahead and do a base layer on everything, and then when I come back through to do the shading and stuff, then we will talk a little bit more about Santa. So I will talk to you guys again here in a second. Okay, before I do any marker work, I am going to work on the background really quick. So I'm just going to use some chalk pastels. I have 4 colors pulled, a light purple, light pink, and darker pink. And I'm going to start, I think, with my purple. We're going to start with purple. So I'm going to start with this light purple. I know it's not quite the right tone, but it's very light color, so it won't be too far off from what I am wanting, because I just need a little bit of it. Okay, and I'm going to grab this darker purple and just add a little bit of that down at the very bottom. And I will be going back through and erasing wherever the chalk pastel has gotten, so just FYI. Okay, and then I'm gonna do this lighter pink, which is really like just a super, it's a neon pink, but I like it. So we're gonna do some of that around. Like, this is the super easiest background that you can do. I love chalk pastels for these quick and easy backgrounds. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the darkest pink up at the top. So I have this darker pink. It is not that much darker, actually. Not quite what I was looking for. Let me see if I can grab another darker color. So I have this. This is just a random pick, so hopefully it's not completely wrong. Okay, that'll work. All right, and then I'll just take my eraser and get rid of anywhere where the chalk pastel has gone over things that I don't want it to. So it's real easy to do. So I just erase and then brush it away. And that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. Okay, so here is I did a little bit of the pencil work done on this side. We have all of the marker work done. We have a little bit done in the background, and now we're going to work on the Santa. So basically for his coat, I'm just going to use a couple of pencils. So I have a couple of pinks here. That's the wrong one. I have one Polychromos and one from my Marco Raffine pencil set. I haven't used this one in a while, so I decided to try to use some of these pencils today. But I'm just going to add in some basic shading. So I'm just going to go along the hat here with this little bit darker pink. Anywhere where there are the lines like this here, you're going to just add in a little bit of shade, a little bit around that. And then I'm just going right along the edge of the hat, almost to the line, but not quite. And then behind here where all of these berries and leaves and everything are, we're going to shade a little bit behind that too. So then I'm going to take this other pink and I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. And I'm coloring over top of it because this salmon pink is not quite the right shade that I was looking for, but I couldn't find quite the right shade. So I'm going to combine pencils to make the right shade for myself. Okay, and then if I need a little bit darker, which I think I need a little bit darker right there. So I'm going to take this other Marco Raffine pencil, which is like a darker pinky purple color. And I'm just going to add in some extra shading around where the darkest areas would be. So just a little bit extra. Not much though. Okay. So that's basically my plan for that. So I'll do the same kind of shading things on the coat here, and then I will use this other this other Marco Raffine, this darker pink color, pinky purple color for the shading on this scarf, his scarf here. So just adding a little bit of shading where things overlap. And then again, like right along the edge of the item, not touching that black line. And then of course, wherever things are overlapping, there's going to be a darker color in there. Okay, and then again, I'm going to take this, another pink, another Marco Raffine pink, and blend that out a little bit. The best I can. Okay, so that's the same color that I'll use on the gloves as well. So I'm gonna pop off camera real quick and do the coat and the gloves, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, next I am going to work on the trim of the coat. So I have a couple of grays, and then my white Prismacolor. So I'm just going to, I think I'm going to make this part in here just a nice solid gray. So I'm just going to shade that in. And then this is basically going to be like fur. So I'm just going to add in little flicks every once in a while to kind of represent that this is a furry coat. And I'm going to do it from the inside edge, or from the outside towards the inside. I'm sorry, that's what I meant to say. I'm just going to do that kind of flicking motion all the way around. Okay, and then something else I'm going to do as well with the, before I add my white, I'm going to add in a few little flicks of pink in there as well, just to kind of give it a little bit of pink. Really, that's the only. Okay, and I'm just following, again, just random little flicks, following the direction that the fur would be going. Okay, so there is Santa's coat mostly done. Now I just need to go through it with my white Prismacolor, and I'm just going to color right over the top of that. I'm just going to kind of burnish everything in with my white Prisma, and then I will come back over top with my white Artistro pen and just add white around the edges, and I am going to do some flicking with the Artistro pen as well, just to make it look nice and fuzzy. So that's what I'll do around the fur of his coat here too. Okay, there is Santa's suit all done. I like it. Now, if I was using reds, or greens or blues or whatever color you're going to use to do the Santa, I would use the same kind of technique. I'm also going to take my white Prismacolor and add in just a little bit of highlight on the suit. You're not going to be able to see it a whole lot, but I'm just wanting to add just a tiny bit of highlights here and there. I'm going to do a little bit along this one here. Do a little bit here. Oh, I gotta do, I know, I just saw one more thing that I have to do. A little bit here and here, here and here. Okay, there's my Santa suit, all done. I've got to add in my little snowflakes with my paint pen, so I'm gonna do that really quick too. A little pattern on Santa's outfit. Okay, now that part is done. So we're going to work on Santa's face. So I'm going to use some of the same pinks that I have pulled already. So I have that salmon pink from my Polychromos set. I do need one other color. I'm going to use this light brown color from my Marco Raffine set to just add a little bit of shading, just a tiny little bit. It's not going to be much because we're really going to focus on making Santa's cheeks nice and bright pink. Okay, and then, yeah, so I'm going to use my salmon. And I'm just coloring in almost that whole cheek, that bright pink color. And then we're also going to put it on his nose. And I'm going to blend it out a little bit with this other lighter pink Marco Raffine color. We're going to add a little bit of pink to the shaded areas here. And that's about it for that guy. I'm not doing a whole lot of detail on his face. I might actually make his cheeks even pinker. So let me grab another pink. Yeah, I'm going to try this one. So I'm going to really lightly just to make an area, specific area, a little bit darker. And we'll blend that out again. That works. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that his eyes are pretty detailed. I do want that to be maintained. So I'm gonna outline his eyes a little bit and make sure that I have a nice white iris, because some of my, there we go. Okay. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a white dot on his nose. Yeah, I think that's it. So then we'll use the same grays that we used for the coat are going to be for his beard. So for his eyebrows, I'm just going to shade a little bit right at the bottom of his eyebrows. And the mustache is I'm just gonna follow. It's just kind of the same thing. You just want little strokes in the direction that the hair would be moving. And since his beard and mustache need to be white, you don't want to do a ton of gray in there, but you do need a few strokes just to make it look like hair. Okay, so there's his mustache, and then we're gonna get his beard. So I'm gonna, anywhere where Teresa has drawn in these lines for the hair, I'm gonna add in a little bit of shadow. Okay, so back to this guy, yep. So now I'm just gonna start adding in shadows to all of the beard. Okay, so I added in shadows to where everything is. Now I'm just gonna add in a few of my own strands, just randomly placed. Trying to follow the directions of the hair that's already on here. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the coat here. I'm gonna add my white. Sometimes with beards, it's nice to add in a little bit of another color too. So I'm gonna add in just a little bit of ivory to some of the spots, just to warm up his beard a little bit. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it does a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to use the white Artistro pen again, and we're going to trace those outlines. Big bushy eyebrows. And then I'm going to go through and do the beard. Okay, and then the last little bits that I have to finish up are on the headdress on Santa. So I did start some of these leaves already. So I'm just using a green from my Marco Ruffin set to shade in the leaves here. And just keep in mind that you guys don't need to have these exact supplies. You can use anything that is close. You can use, take the techniques that I'm using and use completely different colors. Make it your own. It's fun to experiment in that way. All right, and we're gonna make sure that that's all nice and green in the background. Get these two guys. Okay, and then I have a Polychromos that I'm going to add in a little bit of shading to these berries. And then I have another Polychromos to add in a little bit of shadow to these leaves. I'm actually going to mix this purple color, so this is mauve and magenta, because this purple marker that I put down is kind of a mix between, it's not quite purple and it's not quite, I don't know, it's got a lot of red tones in it. And when you just use the purple pencil, it doesn't quite get the right tone in there. All right, and then so the last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in some embellishments. So I'm gonna use some white Posca to add some highlights to things. I'm gonna use my silver Sparkle Pop pen to add in a few things, and if I can find it, and then I'm going to add in just a little bit of stickles too. So I will let you guys see that, and I will talk to you again here in a second, show you the finished page. is the final page. I might do a border of some sort around the outside, but I haven't decided yet. I kind of like it without it. We'll see. We'll see. So this is it. I hope you guys liked that. I'm going to give you a little close-up so you can see the little birdies up there and all the ornaments and Santa's cute little face. And then that birdie down at the bottom. I like the way this one turned out, and I hope that you guys enjoyed that today. Tomorrow will be another new video, and then we are close to halfway after tomorrow. So that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and until tomorrow, I'll see you later. Bye.